Why do you have a gavel at the end of this little? Shouldn't the gavel be at the very beginning?
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay.
That was my mistake.
Thank you all for coming out today, and this is the time that you all have been longing and waiting for over a year now, and it's been on your calendar on your phone, or if you're real old, it's on your day timer. And so I want to call the Banking and Consumer Affairs meeting, subcommittee meeting to order. Ms. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Representatives Barrett. Here. Bricken. Here. Camper. Here. Faison. Garrett. Here. Lynn. Here. Sparks. Here. Vaughn. Here. Chairman Powers.
Here.
Chairman Powers, you have a quorum.
Thank you. And do we have any personal orders from anybody on the committee before we begin? Yes, Leader Camper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to recognize my intern this year, Ashley. She's from TSU, a poli-sci major. Welcome.
Chairman Faison.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Indeed, this was on my calendar to be in here today, and I'm pleased to be with you and this team full chairman over here. And like my friend from Shelby County, I would like to introduce my intern. This is Helene. Y'all make her feel welcome, please.
Thank you. Anyone else? And just a couple of things. We have someone new here too. We actually have two people new. Jackson Stubblefield. He's going to be our research person. And please welcome him. And Jennifer Andretti, and I think she's already left. Oh, there she is. Oh, yes. As in Mario Andretti, the race car driver. So Jennifer Andretti, she's here and she's going to be clerking for us today. So glad to have her too. On our policies and procedures, would want to go over one thing real quick. We got something new that's part of the committee's policy and procedures this time. It's the new rule that they passed in the committee when the Rules Committee met. It's when presenting a bill or a resolution in a committee or a subcommittee, the sponsor shall be limited to a 5-minute explanation. And that's House Rule 83. And that was the only additional or change that we had on there. So with that, I think we're ready for our first bill. And Chairman Boyd, you're recognized on House Bill 1649, 1694, or either one of them.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. I want to tell you that it is an absolute honor to be with you today for this is my 7th year. And for the first 5 years, I was a member of this committee, and life just has not been the same down here.
It's not been the same for us either.
Oh, it's okay. But Mr. Chairman, committee, I have before you today House Bill 1694, which makes various changes to the workers' compensation statute. There's really 4 things that it does, Mr. Chairman. It makes uniform and consistent a 14-day electronic filing period. It used to vary depending on if your injury was for less or more than 7 days. One of them, you had to wait till the next day to do it on the 15th. And then if it was longer than a 7-day injury, you did it 14 days after. This just makes it uniform, which makes sense. It also amends to delete a paper form that no longer exists. That's the notice of controversy form that is filed electronically now by the insurance company. So we're just cleaning up the statute to take reference to that away. It clarifies that uninsured employer penalties may apply to both construction and non-construction entities. And it extends the sunset of Public Chapter 189 that was passed in 2021 5 more years to July the 1st of 2029. Mr. Chairman, I'll take any questions.
Okay, and do we have any questions for the sponsor? Chairman Vaughn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Chairman Boyd, thank you for bringing this to us. And will this lead to a continued decline in workman's compensation rates? The slope that we've seen here over the last few years since our Reform Acts, and you've been leading the way on much of this, has lowered our rates each year for our employers. You think this is going to do the same?
Chairman Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Vaughn, I think it will absolutely do that. I was just commenting on that. I was talking with Troy with the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, and we were talking about that. And I said, I can't believe how the rates have come down, and many of the policies that were adopted probably before my time in the General Assembly, but the ones that we've done through the Commerce Committee over the last few years, the proof is in the pudding. We are seeing declining cost of workers' compensation insurance, and I'd look to see that continue.
Anyone? Any other questions? I've got a couple. First of all, the easy one, please clarify, if you don't care, because I've had a question or two on this, about the 7 to 14 day filing period exactly, because some people think that might be when someone can actually report a claim to their employer, but please clarify that, because I know we're looking at a different date, different timeline.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And so what we're talking about is the first report of injury report that is filed electronically with the Bureau. So before this, so as of today, if an injured worker misses 7 days or fewer, then that report must be filed by the 15th day of the month following the accident. If they miss more than 7 days, then under current law, they have to report it within 14 days. So this just makes it uniform. That's all it does. So you don't have to sit there and count on your, fingers, was it less than 7, more than 7? It just says after you get injured, 14 days, you need to report it.
Okay. And so you're actually talking about to the Bureau. I mean, that the employer has to report that to the Bureau, not the employee reporting it to the employer, correct?
This would be, reporting to the Bureau of Workers' Compensation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And how do you think this is going to affect the mod rates when we look at future worker comp rates?
I hate to speculate, Mr. Chairman.
It was just an inside baseball joke there. Okay. Do we have any other questions for the sponsor? If question on the bill, all in favor of sending House Bill 1694 to Commerce, say aye. All opposed? The bill passes on to Commerce. Thank you, Mr. Sponsor. Thank you for sharing that with us today, and we hope to see you back soon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee.
Okay, we just got notice by the sponsor of the next two bills that he would like to roll them each 1 week. So with that in mind, House Bill 1467 will be rolled 1 week, and House Bill 1470 will be rolled 1 week. And without that, pretty well wraps it up, unless anybody else has a comment or a question before we take off. If not, we have one. Leader Camper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, does this committee have an intern as well provided to us? Just curious.
Not yet.
Okay.
Do we have?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Camille was working some with us. Is she here today? There's Camille. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Camille is helping us out, but she's actually assigned to Chairman Howell, but she has been helping us out too.
We don't have one.
We need one.
All right, Mr.
We're going to try to steal her away from Chairman Howell.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, I think that's a great idea. Thank you, Camille. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you today. Thank you for helping us out. All right. And thank you all for coming. Motion to adjourn, and we will adjourn.